Well, everyone, I finally did it. I finally watched one of the Roger Corman Edgar Allan Poe movies. I know there are 8 of them, and I wanted to start from the beginning, so I watched The House of Usher, which is tonight's review. It's also gone under the title as The Fall of the House of Usher. They decided to release it with multiple names when it came out. I don't know the reason why, I guess just to get more buzz, I guess. I don't know. But so The House of Usher is tonight's movie review. Came out in 1960, and it stars the king of horror himself, Vincent Price. And I saw The Terror about, was it last week? About 2 weeks ago, I watched The Terror, which is another Roger Corman movie. And that was with Boris Karloff and Jack Nicholson. And I have to say, I did like The Terror more than The House of Usher. And I do believe The Terror came out about a year after The House of Usher, because this was 1960 and The Terror was 1961. But this movie was still definitely worth watching. Of course, it's one of his famous Edgar Allan Poe movie adaptations. So it stars Vincent Price, and he's playing Roderick Usher, the head of the Usher house. And it's interesting because Vincent Price, he decided to dye his hair I would call it a whitish color. And when I started watching it, I was like, oh my God, I know Vincent Price was a little bit old, but there's no way his hair could have gotten like that. But so his hair is dyed. He wasn't that old yet, people, but he does have a good look to him in the film. And okay, I'm going to name everybody in the movie because there are only 4 people in this entire film. Vincent Price, Mark Damon, who is the young lad who comes to the house looking for his fiancée. His fiancée played by Myrna Fahey, who I have no knowledge about her at all. I don't know anything about her career. And Harry Ellerbe, who plays I guess you could call him the servant of the Usher house. And that's everybody in the film right there. So the film is based off Edgar Allan Poe's The House of Usher. However, the movie strays far from the short story. There are a lot of different things. For example, in the movie, Mark Damon's character comes looking for his fiancée. However, in the short story, he is already Roderick Usher's friend, and he's coming to see his friend. So that already changes the plot completely. So the plot in the movie is he's coming for his fiancée. He wants to take her away from the house and marry her. However, he stumbles upon Roderick Usher, this very bizarre man who has extreme senses, meaning he can hear things from very far distances, and he can smell things from far, just very extreme senses. And this is important to note later in the story when the creepy things start happening. I'm not going to talk about the scary things that do happen in the film because that would be giving much of the story away. The whole time I was watching the film, I felt like it was moving so fast. It definitely has that comes from a short story feel to it. The movie isn't long at all. My biggest problem with the film is that there is like no character development in the movie. It's like, as I said, things move too quickly for there to be any character development. So the movie does shine from the setting in the Usher house, which is the only place in the entire film. So it does also have that play feeling, since it all takes in place in this house, it feels a bit like a play, especially with only 4 actors in the movie. I would definitely recommend you to see the movie because, well, Roger Corman made a lot of these Edgar Allan Poe movies, and they're definitely worth seeing. I definitely want to see the other 7. I don't know how many I can get before the end of October, but I hope to see a lot of them. So as I said, the family, what's his name? Mark Damon comes to the house looking for his fiancée to take her away, and he discovers that the Usher family is cursed, as Vincent Price's character continually reminds him. He won't stop talking about how the family is cursed and how he's gonna die soon, and so is she. And also the house, you can tell, is just falling apart. It keeps shaking, and there's a little bit of mystery because you don't know what's gonna happen. Why is the family cursed? Definitely Vincent Price with his acting makes the film spooky. I wouldn't say, well, I would say it definitely has scary elements to it. It does have some jump scares for sure, but he's not the type of brother-in-law anybody would want. So it's beyond me why Mark Damon's character continues to look for his fiance. But I mean, she's pretty, so. And anyways, it's an Edgar Allan Poe story, so you have to stay true to the story. But the film itself was only shot in 15 days. The movie company that made it, American International Pictures, they previously to this movie really specialized in B films, only black and white B horror movies, things like that. Not all horror movies, but so they took a big chance with this movie, making a colored picture, and of course having a big star such as Vincent Price in it. So they were making a gamble, and the movie turned out to be a success. Of course, Roger Corman would go on to make 7 more Edgar Allan Poe movies, a lot of them with Vincent Price. And I know I'm excited to see The Pit and the Pendulum. And I'm also, I think, something about the Red Mask. I don't know what the exact title is, but I know it's supposed to be really good, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. As I said, see this movie. It's definitely worth watching. It has an awesome soundtrack. The only flaw, of course, is, like I said, it feels like a short story. It doesn't really have that full film feeling when you're watching it. It almost feels like a short television movie, but it's still good. Definitely. You can't go wrong with Vincent Price at Halloween, guys. Well, that's going to be it for tonight. Don't know what I'm going to watch tonight for tomorrow's review, but we'll see. Be sure to subscribe if you're liking these videos. Leave a like to the video. Comment. I love interacting with you all, but have a spooky evening, and be sure to watch it. See ya. Always at the end of the reviews.